Good morning. My name is Marla. I am a life coach and EFT practitioner, and I'm so passionate about helping women find their inner peace and seeing all the possibilities that are available to them. I'm really excited to be here. If you're watching live, jumping in, let me know what you're up to today, where you're from, and say hi so I can see you. So today I really wanted to jump into trusting yourself over others. This is something that I'm really passionate about because there are so many years when I really didn't trust myself at all. I was just trusting everyone else except myself. Really happy to be exploring this topic. And if you're in my Facebook group, you would know that every week we explore a theme and we go into it, and this week the theme is trusting yourself. So this is an extension of that. If you'd like to join us in the group, it's called Confident Women, and you can DM me for the link and I can share that with you as well. But it's a really beautiful place to be and to explore this theme even more deeply. So I just want to start by asking you if you've ever felt that sense of doubt of what direction to take, what path to take. Maybe you had two paths, two options that you could potentially explore, and you didn't know which one to take. I've been there so many times. I've had those really confusing moments where I'm like, I'm not sure what the best option for me is. In fact, many years ago now, I had this happen to me with my job and my career at the time. I was really looking to expand my career and do something meaningful, and it was before I had discovered that I wanted to do coaching. And so I had applied for different jobs, and one of them was a copywriting job, and it was really amazing. I really loved the team, and they were amazing. It was by the beach, but the job was just really awesome. And then there was another job, and it was a really safe, secure gov job. It was what I had always kind of been told: have a safe, reliable job with the government or something like that, because that will really set you up for your retirement, all that stuff, which I really don't believe anymore. But at the time, it was really that was what I was being told by family members to do. Now, the thing that was really tricky about this was one of the jobs, the one that I was really lit up about and drawn to, was paying half as much as the other one. So it was like a low salary, and I was definitely being persuaded and advised, hi, how are you? I was definitely being persuaded and advised to take the one that was paying more, that was safe, that was reliable, was going to give me benefits, all the perks. And even though I had this feeling, this inside intuition, really, I felt really lit up about the other job, really excited about it. And I ended up taking the job that paid more and that was safe and reliable. And for the first little while, I actually enjoyed it. It was quite interesting, and then it changed, and it ended up becoming a really tough place for me to work. There was no progression. It turned out to be completely different from what it was advertised as, and I didn't trust myself. And sometimes the obvious choice isn't that sparkling diamond. Sometimes hey Linnell, sometimes it may seem like the shiny object, the sparkling diamond, because there's more money, or it's what people are telling you should take. But that's not always what you need and what you get to take, because it's trusting you. And I have no regrets. I really believe that everything we do is a beautiful opportunity, and it's a part of our path, and it will lead us where we're meant to end up. So I really do believe that. And who knows what could have happened if I'd taken the job that I really was lit up about. So how do you learn to trust yourself over others? Because it can be really, really tricky sometimes when you have people who are really persuasive and convincing, and they will recommend to you to do something, to take a certain path. It can be tricky, it can be tough, and it's about setting clear boundaries and really owning who you are. So by setting boundaries and making your decision and deciding, killing off any other options and deciding this is what you want to do. Now, how do you feel into that? How do you know when you're trusting yourself and trusting your intuition? This is something that I really have struggled with over the years. I would just be overwhelmed by information, overwhelmed by other people's opinions, and not know what I really wanted to do. So I started really small. If you know me, you know I love starting small. I love tiny commitments. I love doing things in really tiny ways and building on them, because it's how I've had the most success in everything. Every time I've had success in something, it's because I've started really, really tiny and small. So the opposite of going hard or going home is complete opposite. I do everything the opposite way, and it really works for me. I really love it. So with your intuition and with building this self-trust and trusting yourself over others, start really small. Like in the morning, wake up and ask yourself, should I have a cup of tea? Should I have a cup of coffee? And whatever feels good. So I really think feelings are a great indicator. I used to think, I'll get like butterflies in my gut, or I'll feel this. And now I know if I feel a heaviness around a decision, and it feels draining, and the other decision lights me up and I'm like happy about it and excited and joyful, that's a really, really good indicator, and it hasn't let me down yet. So I really invite you to play with it, play with small things and see which one feels more exciting. And yes, sometimes you have to do things that we don't want to do to move forward or to move the needle, but overall I really, really believe in doing this. And just, listen to those nudges and just see what happens, and ask yourself the question, is this really true? If you're telling yourself a story that you should do something because your dad told you or your mum told you or all your friends are doing this, is this really true? That is a magic question. And feel into that, reflect on it, journal. I love to journal. You could journal on it, and then come back to the feeling of joy. If it brings you joy or it brings you peace, then that is where you want to go. If you have a contraction or you feel resistance or draining, or you get a headache, even can be physical manifestations in our body, because our language and our emotions and our body are all linked. So really, really tuning into that and seeing. So that is what I feel is really good ways to trust yourself over others. Set boundaries. Tell people clearly what you're going to do and what you won't do and what you won't accept. This can mean having some crucial conversations sometimes, but it's really, really valuable to set those boundaries and decide what you are going to do and make that really, really abundantly clear. Also, to really tune into yourself and what you want. Starting really small, asking yourself really gentle, small questions. Should I go to the park? Should I go to the beach? Little things about your daily decisions, and build up on them. And then following the path of joy, following the path of peace, whichever one gives you that light feeling, follow that. Instead, if you feel heavy, you feel restricted or contracted, go the other way, because generally there is something that means that is not the right path for you. And see what happens, see what unfolds. And when you have those stories of what you should be doing because other people tell you to, ask yourself, is this really true? And yes, that is my perspective on how to trust yourself over others. If you like this video, if it resonated, please do let me know. Please share it out. And if you're interested in private coaching, I have a couple of spots open right now. You can get it by just sending me a DM and getting in touch. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.